Screaming like the start of a race. Diet Pepsi's my fuel in this Monday maze. Shake the weekend fog off my tired face. The hustling begins, no time to waste. Hey Monday, motivation, bring it on. Let's do this thing. The grind won't stop, the fire will show. Step by step, I feel the glow. It's my time now, let's start the show. Sun climbs up higher, chasing dreams like chasing fire. Got my rhythm set to overdrive. This Monday motivation vibe's keeping me alive. Hey Monday, motivation, bring it on. Let's do this thing. The grind won't stop, the fire will show. Step by step, I feel the glow. It's my time now, let's start the show. Street lights fading, sun climbs up higher. Chasing dreams like chasing fire. Got my rhythm set to overdrive. This Monday motivation vibe's keeping me alive. Hey Monday, motivation, bring it on. Let's do this thing. The grind won't stop, the fire will show. Step by step, I feel the glow. It's my time now, I own the show. Know that we can be heavy, but I'm tougher still. Climbing the mountain, fueled by will. Each heartbeat whispers, yes you can. I'm golden, helping every woman and man. Hey Monday, motivation, bring it on. Let's do this thing. The grind won't stop, the fire will show. Step by step, I feel the glow. It's my time now, let's start the show.
Hello. Hey, everybody. It is Monday, in case you didn't know. It is. Some of y'all that are retired don't know that it's Monday. I can't wait till I'm there one day. So, but yes, it is Monday, which means it is Monday Motivation Night. So welcome in. If you do not know who I am, my name is Pamela. I am the host of your Monday Motivation tonight, as I am for all Monday Motivation. So welcome in. I usually do other things on my channel, except here lately it's kind of died down a little bit. So trying to figure out all the new norms and everything with the new business, so to speak. So try and figure out priorities and all that kind of stuff. If you watch my short this morning, you kind of get the sense of tonight's Monday Motivation. But yeah, trying to figure it all out, figure out this new world, new adventure, if you will, maybe. So make sure you do all the YouTube things. You subscribe to my channel. You ring the bell for all notifications so you know when I go live or upload new content. And also, if you wouldn't mind, give a thumbs up on your way in or on your way out. I would greatly appreciate that. So all the new people, I know I got one person here that came from Echo. So if she is still here, welcome in. So glad to have you. But all the new people, I hope you'll continue to come back. We do different topics each week here on Mondays at 8 p.m. Central. We've been kind of doing a series about lies that we believe. And so we are going to be done with that next Monday. And then after that, we are starting a new series that is probably something, I was just looking at it a while ago and I was like, I really should have probably started this topic tonight, or the series tonight, because I need it. And so I'll tell you more about that as we get closer to that time for the new series. But if I ever need it, what I'm going by on my topics and everything, yeah, I can't wait. So 2 weeks from now, we'll start the new series. So keep coming back. All my OGs, I see you popping in, all your lovely avatars, and saying hello to each other and myself. So welcome in. And the playback crew, welcome. I always love my playback crew because Monday Motivation would not be possible without the playback crew as well as the live crew. So if you are the playback crew, if you will leave me a comment, let me know that you're the playback. And I do chat participation questions usually every Monday. I'll sprinkle them in somewhere in my talk, and then you get entered into a monthly drawing. And so tonight we are actually doing the drawing for June. We'll see who the winner for the June. But every time you answer a question or do a statement that I give you, you get a star, and then you get entered into the monthly drawing. So we got several people in here for the month of June. So we'll do that towards the end. But I did not forget. I told y'all we would do it this week because I forgot last week. And so there we go. So yeah, if you participate, you're a playback crew and you participate in the questions and you leave your answers in the comment, you'll be entered into the drawing as well, as where I was going with that. So let's see who all is in chat. Say hello to some people. First in, we got Awaken Reflection, came from Echo. Welcome in. So glad to have you. Hope you'll keep coming on back. We got Kathy in here. Hello, Miss Kathy. Hope you're doing well, my friend. We got Echo. Hello, Echo. So good to see you. Welcome, welcome. We got Sherry in here. Hey, Sherry. Sherry, I went by and picked up my new little guy. Yes. So, but Sherry, what you didn't know, hopefully Sherry's still in here. Robert got me this one. He's a darker one. So see, y'all figure out that I love sloths, and then I start getting similar or dupes. I can't get rid of my dupes. So Mama Sands was trying to get me a sloth trinket box. I was like, Mama Sands, I got 3 of those. I mean, I would take it, but I got 3 of them. So thank you, Sherry. I went and picked them up. I need this right now. I need to keep one at my desk at work and one in the car, because you can do this, stretch them out and stuff, which I don't like hurt my sloths. But anyways, thank you, Sherry. Appreciate that. All right, let's see who else we got in here. We got Alfonso. Welcome in, my friend. Good to see you. We got Josie in here. Hello, Josie. Welcome in. And Joanne. Hello, Joanne. Welcome in. We got Mary. Hello, Mary. And then we got Mama Sands in here. Speaking of sloths, Mama Sands. Mama Sands sent me not 1, not 2, but 3 sloths. I've never seen one like this one. Never seen one like this one. So she also sent me a Beauty and the Beast snow globe, but it's up there with my collection, and so I didn't have time to grab it. But I wanted to show this one. Look at this one. How cool is he? Y'all know I love sloths. So these have been unexpected gifts that I really needed. So thank you, guys. But what's so special about this one is his name is Sandy. And I sent her a message. I was like, oh, Mama Sands, thank you. I got my sloths today. They're so cute. I love them. And she goes, did you notice the one with the tattoo, what his name is? I was like, no. So as soon as I got home that day, I was like, oh, it's Sandy. So I have a Sandy sloth, and she's pretty special. I love her little tats. I love different sloths. Robert got me one that I called the Snoop sloth. He got it at an estate sale, and the ladies tried to convince him it was a cigarette or a cigar in its hand, and we both were like, no. When he got home, he's like, I didn't think that was a cigar. And I was like, look at his eyes. He looks like he is definitely stoned. And so he's he's got a wife beater tank on. So cute. I love it. It's different. So thank you, Mama Sands. Love you. All right. Let's see. Anybody? Lisa D. Hello. Welcome in. So good to see you, Lisa. Hope you're doing well. How's your brother, Lisa? I've been saying him in my prayers. Herbie. I love saying his name. So yeah, definitely trying to, Mama Sands. Yeah, the squishy sloth. Yeah, I need one of those all the time right now, but I don't want to hurt it. So, all right. I think I've got everybody. Yeah, but Mama Sands has no tats. So how she thought this one was, not that she thought this was her, it was creative. But anyways, Tattoo Zoo. I didn't even know they made them like this. Like, this is just so unique. So anyway, she's cute. She's one of my favorites. At first, I thought it was one of those, what do you call is it Day of the Dead, that the Mexican holiday, Hispanic holiday, whatever. But at first, I thought that's what this was. And then I was like, no, those are cats. So anyway. Love it. Yes, I can squeeze you all the time. So I hope you guys all had a great weekend. You had an awesome weekend, a relaxing weekend. Maybe you had a busy weekend. Hope you just had an awesome weekend. I got you, Lisa D. Yeah, it's hard. It's so hard when you become, the caregiver and everything. So it's even hard even when you're not the actual hands-on caregiver, but you got to worry about all the other stuff outside of that. And that's the journey I'm on right now that I just have not been dealing well with. So I hate anything government now because of Medicaid and stuff like that. So anyways. We had another successful estate sale weekend. This was our number 2 sale. It was our first off-site location, so it was out in the country, way out in the country. Tammy and I both discussed that, for the location, because it was 30 minutes away from us, and so probably 15, 20 minutes away from people, to 30 minutes, people that were in Little Rock, around the surrounding area that we were in. But to have the amount of people that we had, the traffic that we had come through, we were really surprised because I didn't think we were going to have much. We had our biggest crowd on Friday, which was full price day. So that shocked me. And then Saturday was it was a little slow. It was 20% off day. And then Sunday, we had a couple people lined up, and it was only 8 o'clock. And actually, I take that back. It was 9 o'clock. But she had been there since 8 o'clock. So there was something that she really wanted, So we had a couple people lined up ready to go Sunday, and we didn't even start till 10 o'clock Sunday. So that was awesome. But yes, I think for the location, the time, the not expecting as many people as we had and stuff, I consider it a success because it was just, we just didn't know what to expect. Because again, it's our second one, but this one was not at our warehouse. I think when we do it at our warehouse, which is at Hometown Country, we can always be guaranteed that we're going to have a crowd there because the flea market being attached to it and everything. But it's great for Hometown Country. They get get new people in the door because of the estate sale, and the estate sale gets new people in the door because of Hometown Country. So it's a win-win for both businesses. But anyways, again, you kind of know that you're doing the right thing with the right people when you're passionate and you're excited and that good, tired, worn out feeling, which is what I've been feeling, which probably is what affected my mood this morning. So, yes, Lisa D. And it will age you too, girl. Unfortunately, Was it the ever? Was that the pitcher? Pitcher? The poor thing? Let me know. But anyways, yeah, it was great. So I think we're learning a lot, and we're adding things and taking away things as we go. We're learning a lot about each other and what our strengths and weaknesses are. I already knew we were going to make a dynamic team because we make such a dynamic team at Hometown together on our weekends that we work together anyways. So I wasn't worried about that, but it's really starting to show in doing this business together. I'm super excited about the future and what we're building here. So on to the next sale, which will be the first weekend in August if y'all come to Arkansas. And that one will be at Hometown. Yes. No, it didn't sell. Yeah, I was saying yes as your comment. No, it did not sell. I do still have it. But you're going to have to travel here, Sandy. I told Selena that today. I was like, you're going to have to travel here to get this stuff. Like, now I've kind of gotten spoiled of not having to ship. So, I will still ship on some things. So, anyways, tonight's topic is on I Can't Tell the Truth. And when I first came up with this title, I was like, how can I spin this into a good Monday motivation topic that will inspire people, motivate people, But it's still, we can turn it into a positive topic, even though it sounds so negative, right? But it's a lie that we believe. Remember, we're in the lie series, and it's these false beliefs that we have that's not really true, you know? So that's one of the lies that we were talking about tonight, which is I can't tell the truth. And I think at one time or another, we've all experienced tonight's topic, and we're going to dive into that just a little bit more here in just a minute. So, yes, there's no one else at warming out physically and mentally. Oh, I get you, girl. Yes, right? And that's the hard part is when, because they know you, they're comfortable with you, you're their safe space and everything. I think, because I know I went through that with my mom when we first put her out at the nursing home when, say, 14 years ago. So, give or take. So, but anyways. All right, let's move on to positive spot thought. Do not be silent. There is no limit to the power that may be released through you. Woo, that's a doozy for me. Do not be silent. There is no limit to the power that may be released through you. All right, let's do our first chat participation time question here. I want to begin by asking you all a simple question tonight before we really get into the topic. Have you ever told a lie? Not just a big lie, but maybe it was a small one. Maybe it was a little white lie, so to speak. And I'm going to go into more what I mean by that. So if you want to think on that question before you answer, that's fine. Sandy says, yep. Thank you, Sandy. Right out of the gate. Joanne says, yes. Mary says, yes. It's like, Scooter, where are we going with this? Kathy says, yes. Alfonso says, many times when my parents let me go to church. Gotcha. Yes. I didn't think about that kind of a lie, if you will. Josie says, yes. Lisa D says, yes. Awesome. Thank you, guys. I didn't know if anybody would admit to it, but I think we all have, right? And what I mean by that is maybe someone asked even, how are you? And you replied with, I'm fine. But even though your heart was breaking, you really weren't fine. I've sometimes learned, I think it was Zig Ziglar that taught this, to sometimes say when someone says, how are you doing? I just say, I'm super. And then that way they don't know if I mean I'm super great or if I'm super bad. It's just I'm super, and then they can just go with however they want, right? Right, Josie? Everyone has. Sandy says we are human, right? Funny you bring that up because that's in my notes. Maybe, you made an excuse instead of admitting a mistake. Maybe you stayed silent because telling the truth seemed too risky. Maybe you were falsely accused of something, so staying silent was easier. Maybe that's how it went. I'm super good and getting better was another one I have said that I've heard my stepdad say as well, super good and getting better. Mary says, I have had to learn that telling the truth was the only way to stay sober. Tallest little white lies still get me, though. Right, or the little white lies, yes. It's like, well, I'm busy, and really you're not, Mary says, I'm fine. I'm fine, right? Joanne says, I always tell people I'm fine when I'm not. They don't want to hear everything wrong with me, right? And especially if they just told you something that they're going through or tough times they're going through, and it's like, well, I don't want to say, what all I'm going through. I don't want to add. I don't want to make it sound like I'm competing with them. So I'll just say I'm fine. I'm okay. So, but yeah, we'll make excuses when really there's not something going on or whatever. But tonight's topic, it speaks to a struggle that many people experience. Sometimes we know the truth, but because we've been hurt, we've been misunderstood or unfairly blamed, we find it difficult to speak sometimes. Sherry, did you see? Did you see? I didn't know if you were still in here when I showed them a while ago. Kathy says, I learned early on that telling the truth, no one believed me, right? I'm glad you think so, Mary, because I was just like, yeah, I think I even told y'all that in the short. I'm just not feeling tonight's topic. I was just like, we're just going to get through this. But I told you the truth. I told you the truth. So, hey, that's a plus, right? But yeah, we find it difficult to speak because we feel like we haven't been believed before, or we were unfairly blamed, if you will. So we stay silent because we don't think anybody's going to believe us, or because we're tired of defending ourselves, or because the emotional pain makes finding the right words feel impossible. Right? Emotional pain, finding the right words makes it feel impossible. So those words are difficult to say, but many people have felt them. I have. I just did it a while ago, Sherry. I was like, but I don't want to be mean to it. But I really need this, like at work and in the car and stuff, or just squeezing it, But I love my sloths, and so I find out being harsh. Right, Mary? It doesn't. So, but the issue isn't that we don't know the truth. The issue is that we sometimes struggle to speak it. And the question is not whether we have failed. The question is whether we are willing to change. I love Dash. I'm ready to go see him again. So why is it so hard to tell the truth sometimes? I mean, most people usually don't lie because they enjoy it. I mean, there are pathological liars, don't get me wrong on that. But they don't do it because they enjoy doing it. They lie because they are afraid of something. So there's an issue there. Maybe you found yourself in a lie because of fear of rejection, fear of punishment. That would be a biggie for me. Fear of losing a relationship, another one. Fear of disappointing someone, yes. Fear of looking weak, yes. Right, all of those, I think, for myself. Some of us, sometimes we wear those masks because we believe people won't accept the real us if they knew the real us, if they really saw what we were really feeling. Like there are maybe a couple of people that I feel the safest with, that I can just lay it all out and say, just word vomit and say, this is how I really feel right now. I know it's not the right way of thinking. I know that I'm not going to act on any of this, say any of this to anybody or whatever, but I just got to get out of my system. This is really how I feel right now. And there's only couple of people that I know I can do that, and they're not going to hold it against me later, or they're not going to just tell me, oh, go Scooter, go somewhere else and talk about that. I don't want to hear it. Alfonso says some fear of retaliation or fear of punishment, fear of losing everything. Right, Alfonso? That's a huge fear. Fear of losing everything. Yes. Sandy says some just can't tell the truth, even if it's easier. Yep. I know my stepdad, he always told me, he goes, you just tell me the truth. I won't be near as mad at you as I am if I find out that you lied. And of course, I always try to be like, oh, no, he'll never know. And he's like, there isn't anything you've ever done that I haven't already done. I'm like, whatever, And then, so I passed it on to my kids, and I told my oldest, I was like, if you tell me the truth, I won't be near as mad at you as if I find out that you lied to me. And every stinking time that I know of, when I asked, she was telling me the truth. And I'm just like, no one can't really be angry with you because you told me the truth. Kathy says fear of punishment. Yes, so very true. Mary says they have it so much worse than I do, right? So try to stay grateful. So, but we'll wear those masks, but every mask becomes even heavier There's that commercial probably y'all have seen on TV that talks about depression, and the lady is carrying that little stick with the face on it, mask around with her to hide what she's really feeling. You know, the face on the thing has a smiley face, and she's in the back, you know, all depressed and so forth. If you've ever felt that way, I'm here to tell you you're not alone in feeling that way. So, yay, welcome back, Echo. So let's do another chat participation time. How many of you have ever in your entire life ever been afraid of telling the truth? I know I can say I have. How many of you have ever in your entire life been afraid to tell the truth? Like I said, my stepdad would tell me, if you just tell me the truth, the punishment won't be near as harsh. But every time I felt like I couldn't, you know. Sandy says me. Sherry says me. Joanne says me. Kathy says me. Alfonso says many times. Mary says me. Echo says me. And Lisa D says I have. Right? So, I hope these chat participation questions for you guys are worthwhile. Kind of gets you more involved in the conversation, the topic at hand, and so forth. I love it because I learned so much about you guys, and hopefully vice versa. So, anyways, as I was getting this topic ready, thank you, Josie. Josie says, not me. She just tells it, right? But as I was getting this topic ready for tonight, I learned that those of us that have been afraid of telling the truth, it tells us something important. It tells us that we're all human. That's what Mama San said earlier. We're all human. So let's do an imagination exercise. You can do this if you want to from the comfort of, I know, Josie. You can all do this if you are, as long as you're not driving. You can all do this imagination exercise if you're up for it. But I want you to imagine that you're carrying a backpack on your back. And every lie, no matter if it's a small little white lie or to the biggest lie or whatever, that you tell, another stone is placed inside that bag. At first, it feels light, doesn't feel heavy, but then you add another stone, and then another. And eventually, you're exhausted. Not because the backpack is heavy all at once, but because you've been carrying it around for so long. The truth removes the stones. It breaks those chains. So there is a cost to this. Lies, which I thought, boy, this is so true. Lies always promise protection, but they deliver pressure. When we lie, we lose peace. We lose sleep. We lose confidence. Most importantly, we lose trust. And trust is one of the hardest things to rebuild. Hey, Crack and Mary, how are you? You've been in my prayers, girly. Josie said, once you tell a lie, you have to tell more to cover the first lie. I tell you, those of you that have not seen Maternal Instinct, but you get into kind of the crime and that kind of stuff, it's worth a watch. It's on Netflix. Right? Now, how many of us say, oh, I gave that to Jesus. I handed it over to him. But then we pick it back up again. Right? That's the other hard part for me. But yeah. Oh, hey, Kraken. Why did I think it said Kraken? I'm sorry, Kraken. Tell Kraken Mary I've been praying for her. But yeah, and Maternal Instincts is based on the true crime of what Taylor, whatever her last name is. She doesn't need credit, so I'm not going to say her last name. But anyways, she had wove so many lies. She couldn't keep up with what she had told. And that's the problem you run into, is when you've told so many that you cannot even remember what the truth was to begin with. I've told people this story. I can't remember if I told you guys this story, but there was something I did back in my teenage years. I cannot even begin to remember what it was, but every time I got in trouble, my stepdad would take away, if it was, at the time we didn't have cell phones, so it was the house phone, and I had my own private line because I liked to talk on the phone way too much. He tried to give me a time limit, and that never worked. I would lose phone privileges every time. So anyways, he would take away my phone privileges. He would take away like going to events or parties or whatever that may be. But okay, Kraken, email me, text me, buddy. Or if you need to talk to me, that's fine too. But anyways, he would have me write sentences. It might be sentences, it might be definitions to words, but he would have me write however many times that he felt like the punishment deserved. And I learned that as soon as I got done writing those sentences or whatever it was, he would give me my privileges back. So I learned eventually, oh, well, if I just go ahead and get this done, I'll be over my punishment and I get my phone privileges back. I get to go do whatever I want to go do this weekend, whatever it may be. So I learned this until one day he taught me a true lesson. He had me, whatever it was not good because he had me write the definition to the word trust. And I had to write it like, golly, 100 times. Like it was an insane amount of writing. So I did it because I was like, hey, I'll get my phone back. I'll get this back, yada, yada, yada. And then, so I marched right into the living room proudly. I hand over my papers to him to show that I did the work. So give me my stuff back. Give me what you took away from me. He's like, follow me. And he takes me out. Hey, Tammy. He takes me out to the back, out on the back porch or deck. And he takes his lighter and he burns those papers right in front of me. He goes, this is what you've done to my trust. You talk about, and I still get goosebumps when I tell that story. You talk about a eye-opening experience. You talk about an impact in my life. That was a huge impact. There's a story I've carried with me all along. Right, Mary? Ouch. Like it's a good story to share with people, but the pain, I will never forget the pain in his eyes. And him just burning all those pages that I just spent hours of writing. But it was very fitting and meaningful. That's the word I'm looking for. So, right, Sandy? Yes. And then I learned it's all about getting my privileges back, right? So, very impactful learning moment in my life at that time. So, if you can think of trust like a mirror, when the mirror breaks, yes, you can repair the mirror. You can glue it back together. Some of y'all are very good at gluing back pieces of broken stuff. I try to do one of those exercises where you go outside and you break like one of those pouring pictures. I never know if I'm saying that word right, so that's why I'm always explaining. Or you take a vase, coffee mug, whatever it may be, you take it outside and you throw it on the ground, let it shatter, and then you put all the pieces back together. It's supposed to be a huge healing process. Not this girl. I was like, oh, I'm going to do this. So I go outside. I can't even remember what it was. It had to be about this big. And yeah, I throw it on the ground in a bag so you can keep all the pieces together. Throw it on the ground. Came in here, started gluing pieces together. And after a while, I was just like, forget this mess. Because it was little pieces, like itty bitty pieces to big pieces. Those were the easiest. But yeah, I was just like, no, this exercise is not for me. I got tired of that quickly. Right, Sandy? Sandy said, Mom just had to say I'm disappointed. Your bird only has one hole left? What does that mean? Mosaic. Yes, Joanne, yes. That was the other thing that my stepdad did not have any kids before me. He didn't get me till I was 10. So I was already, more than halfway to adulthood, so to speak. But anyways, he never had kids. He only had me. I was his first. My brother was off in the Navy, so I was the only kid. For him not to ever had a kid, and for him, this is where I will sing his praises, for him not to ever had a kid or know what to do with a girl as well, and so forth. And for him to come from the background, the home life that he had, I mean, he went through horrible things I can only imagine. And parents that were divorced and stuff, it was horrible. Never had a close relationship with his mom or anything. But for him to go through all that, like writing out those definitions and stuff, he is what has inspired me for my motivation stuff, because that's where I learned all this. He took me to Zig Ziglar, took me to Dale Carnegie, all those impactful things in my life. So there, I am so very thankful for him. But he, where was I going with this? Oh, but not only would he do that, after he would, express his disappointments in me and how, yada, 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 he always made it a point to come. I was usually in my bedroom. Always made a point to come to my bedroom, and he would say, I just want you to know, I still love you. I was just disappointed. He always made sure that I knew that. I'm just disappointed in you, but I love you. He would always say that. So that always meant a lot to me, and it made such an impression on me that I passed it on to my girls. Like, whatever you do, you might disappoint me, but I will always love you. And that, for him to never have a child before and everything, was such an impact in my life. So the candy dish with oh, I forgot about that, Mama. I told Mama, I said, hey, I was getting your stuff put together. I said, the lid just barely touched the top of the bottom piece. I said, it broke. I said, I'll give you a credit back for it. She's like, child, don't worry about that. Just send it to me. I'll put it back together. I'm like, are you sure? So that's what she's talking about. She put everything. She only has one little hole left to do. So if there's a piece there to fill the hole. Alfonso said, I've lost trust from friends and family over the years due to me being blind every time I have an accident falling. Got you. I can only imagine on that one. Like, okay, did they let me fall? Or that's where I'm thinking of that. So, all right. Right? Yeah, exactly. I'm so mad, but I love you. Like it was always told to me. So anyways, back to the mirror. You can repair it, but the cracks, they remain visible. And that's why honesty matters. Also, if you've ever been falsely accused of anything, that alone can leave such deep emotional wounds. I know I can definitely speak from experience of that one, and Robert can too. And that's Robert's story to share, not one that I feel comfortable to share with you guys. But when you have been falsely accused of something, it can destroy relationships and friendships and business partnerships, whatever it may be, that were once so close, but because of the fear, it ruins not ruins, but it makes it harder for future relationships, I should say. It can make you question yourself as well. It can make you wonder whether speaking up is even worth it. But while silence can sometimes be a wise choice, fear should not be the reason we lose our voice. And I think that's so important. So important that if you choose to remain silent about something, it can be a wise choice, but fear should not be the reason or the driving factor that we lose our own voice. So there is a difference between choosing the right time to speak out and believing you can never speak at all. One false accusation does not define your identity. One misunderstanding, it does not determine your worth. One person's opinion does not become your truth. Many people, they remain silent because they have been hurt before. They think the last time I told the truth, nobody believed me. Some of y'all have shared that. Or every time I explain myself, things seem to get worse. And those experiences, they're real. And they can make honesty feel risky. All right. See, that's not in me because I can't put together what I broke. I was just like, not for me. There isn't enough of glue in this world to help me get these pieces back together. Oh, I was so frustrated. I was like, who thought of this dumb exercise? I remember Robert, I think I bought this like at a yard sale or something. I remember he kind of like raised his eyebrows when I said what I was going to do. He was right on that one. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is choosing to act with integrity even when fear is present. Think about, we talked about seeds in the ground last couple of weeks or so. I want you to think of the actual tree now during a storm. The wind, it bends it, but the healthy roots, it's still connected in the ground. The healthy roots help it remain standing. So after the storm's over, it comes back up. There are some trees that get uprooted, but most of the time they get bent over and they come right back up. In the same way, when your life is rooted in truth and integrity, accusations, they may shake you. Like nothing gets me stirred up more when I know what's true, But they don't have to uproot who you are. That's been a hard lesson for me here lately. One of the hardest lessons in life is accepting that you cannot control what others say about you. You can only control how you respond. You cannot force people to believe you as well. You cannot rewrite someone else's opinion. But you can choose honesty. You can choose dignity. You can choose self-control. And that choice protects your character, even if it doesn't immediately change someone else's mind. Sometimes our first reaction when we're falsely accused, right here. When we're falsely accused, the first reaction is anger. We want to argue, want to prove our innocence, want to respond with harsh words. We want them to feel just as bad as they just made us feel, right? Other times we withdraw completely because we're just downright exhausted, this girl. Neither reaction ever serves us well. Instead, ask yourself, am I responding from pain or from purpose? Am I trying to win an argument or am I trying to communicate the truth? Those questions can help us respond more thoughtfully. So here are 5 practices to carry with you this week. Me too, Mary. I am a total withdrawer. A few of y'all know this about me. I will totally go quiet and I just withdraw. Because the biggest part of me is I don't want to pour my stuff on other people when they're going through stuff already, So 5 practices to carry with you this week, and I am paying attention and pointing at myself on this one. First, know your truth. Don't let repeated criticism convince you that you must be guilty when you know you acted with integrity. Second, speak calmly. A respectful, truthful response is often more effective than reacting in anger. Number 3, accept that not everyone will agree with you. Sometimes the truth is spoken clearly and people still choose not to believe it. That can be painful, but it doesn't change the truth itself. Number 4, surround yourself with people who value honesty and fairness. Healthy relationships provide perspective when accusations make you doubt yourself. And finally, number 5, Don't let bitterness become your identity. Being wrong is something that may happen to you. It does not have to become who you are. Thank you, Josie. Thank you, thank you. Now, if I could only listen to myself, you know it. So, as you begin this new week, guys, I want you to refuse to let yesterday's accusations silence today's purpose. Refuse to let someone else's misunderstanding keep you from living with integrity. Refuse to let fear stop you from speaking truth with wisdom and respect. Your voice matters. Your character matters. Your integrity matters. Whether people applaud you or misunderstand you, continue to choose honesty. Continue to act with integrity. Continue to let your actions reflect the values that you want to live by. And as we go into this Monday, I leave you with this challenge. If there is a conversation that you've been avoiding because you were afraid of being misunderstood, think carefully about whether this is the week to approach it with honesty, respect, and courage. Do not let fear make your decisions. Do not let accusations define your future. Stand firm in the truth, walk with integrity, and let your consistent character speak as loudly as your words. No matter what happened yesterday, today is a new opportunity. If you lied, tell the truth. If you've hurt someone, apologize. And if you've been pretending, be authentic. The strongest people are not those who never fail. They are the ones who have the courage to stand up, admit their mistakes, and move forward with honesty. Before I leave you today, I want you to remember 3 things. First, truth requires courage. Second, trust is earned through honesty. Third, your future is not determined by your past mistakes, but the choices you make today. As you exit out tonight's show, don't just be inspired, be transformed. Choose honesty over fear. Choose integrity over appearances. Choose courage over excuses. All right, let's do the drawing real quick for Monday Motivation Chat participation for the month of June. Good luck to everybody. Hopefully the winner is here in chat. Usually I send y'all some sort of little motivational little book or journal or something spiritual type thing. Did y'all see one jump out of here? I don't know if it did. I don't know where it went. All right. Thank you, Mary. Always love seeing you. Like I told y'all last week, Mary's always the one that sends me memes, reels, whatever in Messenger. She always sends it to me and doesn't realize that I needed that one for that day. So, all right, let's see who our winner is. I haven't seen him in here tonight. Harry. Harry. So everybody, if y'all see Harry around, congratulate him. I'll need to get with him and find out where's my pen? I'll need to find out where to send his stuff. All right. Congratulations, Harry. I will try to make it short in the morning and make sure you hear it that way, some way that you hear it. So congratulations. As always, thank you guys so much for starting off your week with me for Monday Motivation. I know you guys, as always, can be doing something else, watching other people, watching other things, because there's a lot of great things that goes on YouTube and even the TV as well. But you chose to be here, spend a little bit of time with me, and so I really, really appreciate it. It never goes unnoticed. So let's see. Be watching for thumbnails this week and over the next couple of weeks, we got another sale coming up first weekend in August. So I'm not sure how much auctioning I will be doing between now and then. So just be watching for those thumbnails. There might be a pop-up here and there. I don't know. I'm taking one day at a time and one mood at a time, if you will. So again, make an adjustment, prioritizing my time with my real job, my husband, trying to figure out where my time is more valued and so forth. So things are still kind of up in the air, but keep coming back. I would appreciate it. Next Monday Motivation on episode 170. Thank you, Mary. We will look at another lie. It'll be the last lie. No, it's not. It won't be the last lie. It'll be the next one. I forgot about that. I wasn't lying to you, I promise. But it's our next lie that we will tend to believe about ourselves, and that will be on there's only one right way to be. Woo, how many people do we know like that, right? There's only one right way to be. So we'll cover that next week. We'll talk about what that's all about. So come on back next week at 8 p.m. Central, and then we'll have one more week. Hey, Bless Baubles, you did, but there you can watch the replay. Thank you for being here, though. Make sure you do all the YouTube things. You subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Ring that bell for all notification and a thumbs up on your way out. If you haven't done it already, I would greatly appreciate it. Make sure you leave a comment as well to what you thought about tonight's topic, what it meant to you, so forth, and you'll be entered into the monthly drawing as well for that. Make it a great week. If I don't see you somewhere around the YouTube, remember, do not be silent. There is no limit to the power that may be released through you. Now let's do this thing. Good night, everybody.